Hi guys, I'm back, and I'm going to tell you why I've been having deja vu over the last few months, and I'll tell you why. Um, I've been trying to save money left, right, and center, how to cut corners. Um, so a lot of it's been coming to me from memories of being around my grandparents. My grandparents used to do a lot of weird stuff, and I used to sit back and laugh at it and, snicker and, it was just a thing back in the day. It was like, why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And finally, it's sunk in. I have been doing some of the things I've been doing now for quite a few years, but recently I've been doing a few other things as well. Now, one thing is I buy zipper bags. They're amazing, easy to open, easy to close. They're freezer bags. You throw them in the fridge, you throw them in the freezer. Leftovers or bread you want to, slice in half. Half the loaf and throw the other half in there and then pull it out for another time. Foil. I've reduced my foil use very much so. And cling wrap. If I'm cooking something in the oven, like a casserole or something, and I lift up the foil after it's done cooking and it's not deteriorating, I will wash the foil and put it aside for another use, for another cooking for something else or reheating. I personally do not have a microwave. I reheat and cook everything in my oven. So that's that. If I have to, heat something up, I'll just throw the same piece of foil back on. It's not going to hurt you. It's going to save some money if you go through foil like a crazy man. Another thing is, I'm an ice cream junkie. I save ice cream containers, that size, and I have very many of these big bucket ones. It's actually cheaper to buy the big buckets. It's like $7. And wash them out, reuse them for soups, stews, throw them in the freezer, label the top, put the date on it, good to go. Muffin storage. I bake a lot of muffins, so I put half of my batch in the freezer. The other half I leave on the counter or in the fridge. Dips. I reuse these. I put the cat food in it, and I put their whatever cat food is in this, put it in the fridge. It's good for the next day or so. Pull it out, wash it, scrub it off, relabel it, put more cat food in. Good to go. Margarine containers. I've been doing this for years too. Margarine containers are awesome. I'm not a butter person. Butter costs too much money in Canada, in Ontario. It's astronomical, the prices. If you want butter, you get it when it's on sale, and then you buy a whole bunch and you throw it in the freezer. Well, I'm not into that. I buy margarine. So, reusing margarine containers. You can also use them for painting, arts and crafts, whatever. I have a plan on using one of these for a job I have to do. The lid. Takeout containers. These things are amazing. I've had my takeout containers for the longest time. Wash them, put them away. You have leftovers, throw them in it. Good to go. Label it. I don't use a lot of saran wrap anymore. I usually use my containers. Saran wrap is expensive, and it's just really not needed unless I really need it. Another thing I noticed that I'm doing is with the Ziploc bags, they are getting pricey, and I don't use them a whole hell of a lot. I'll put like a pack of hot dogs in there, and I'll fish out the hot dogs or sausages or whatever out of it, and then it ends up in the trash. Well, why? So I just rewash the bag, I hang it up, and reuse it for another time. I put it back in the drawer. What is the purpose of keep on throwing stuff in the garbage when single-use plastics aren't even being recycled? You have to put them in the trash, and then they're ending in the landfill. As long as the bag opens and closes and there's no holes in it, just reuse it. Another thing, Americans will not understand this, but in Canada, our milk comes in plastic sleeves. There's 3. They put it in a main bag, has a date on it. It's 4 liters. So what my grandparents used to do, my grandmother and my grandfather, is after we're done with the milk, cut across the top, give it a good wash inside out, hang it to dry, and use it for another time. You can put your containers in it, and then using a elastic, seal it, throw it in the freezer. Oh yeah, label it, throw it in the freezer or the fridge, and you're good to go. It's just as good as a freezer Ziploc bag, but it's a milk bag, and it's going to do the same job. My grandfather, Lord help him, when I was clearing out his apartment, or his house, I should say, he had a whole drawer of milk bags, washed up, rolled up. He probably only used maybe 2 the whole time I lived with him, off and on, because he just kept on washing and reusing it. But all these others were just sitting in the drawer, and it was crazy. I put them in the recycle bin thinking that the recycle man's going to come along and he's going to take them. Nope. Even now more, I can't even put my single-use plastics in the recycle bins because the recycling company that does our recycling in Peterborough does not take single-use plastics. It's nothing to them. You got to throw it all in the trash. Canada has eliminated single-use bags, grocery bags you get at like dollar stores, grocery stores, department stores, all that. It's been banned, I believe, now for 2 years now. So we have to use reusable bags, cloth, that are provided by the company that you're shopping at. You can buy their bags for $1 or $2, what have you, and you just reuse it, wash it, dry it, reuse it. That's the way Canada's going. We've eliminated straws totally from our restaurants. You'd be lucky if you could buy a package of straws in stores. Nowadays, people are using paper, and it's quite gross. The other people, they will go to a dollar store. I found them at Dollarama, and you can buy reusable metal straws for your drinks. And they're easy to clean up, dry perfectly fine. You just stick them back in your car in a bag, and you've got one for when you go to another fast food restaurant. We're getting rid of all plasticware that you would eat at a restaurant or takeout. You'd be lucky if you found any of those. Now they're offering wooden spoons, wooden forks, wooden knives, paper knives, spoons, forks, sporks. We're trying to really cut down our carbon footprint. Another thing too, I don't even think my grandparents would ever see the day, but neither myself. We just got a green bin now. We don't have it in my building, but people who have houses have these new green bins. Besides the green waste and the recycle bin, they have a green bin, and it locks so that raccoons, bears, all sorts of critters can't get into it. And the purpose is to divert the waste, the household waste, from the landfills into another area where it can be recycled and broken down much more easily. I'm talking pizza boxes, cat litter. use cat litter. Yeah, like I'm everything, you name it. From what I read on the list, I was just shaking my head like, wow. Hopefully this will catch on to other parts of Canada. I believe our city is like a pilot city right now, and it's just amazing. I bet you our landfill is so bad that we are probably really close to having to close up our landfill and reopen a new one. And you should see how high the hill is. I'm talking almost maybe 8 or 9 stories high, and there's trees and grass in the areas that they've stopped putting garbage in those areas. And you would never think that that was a dump, but it is a dump. It's amazing, totally amazing, how much waste that we can produce that actually goes into the ground. Batteries, that's another thing. I just used to toss them in the trash. Bad idea. Keep your battery containers that they come in, and when you're done with them, like, put them in a drawer. When you're done with them, pull them back out, put the used ones back in the container that they came from, seal it up with tape or duct tape, and put it aside. There are places that will accept used batteries, and which is amazing. I think there's only 2 companies in Canada that actually recycle batteries, and it all gets diverted from the waste. Totally. They will reuse it, they'll break them down, everything. And the reason being is batteries will seep into your soil and thus into our water system, which is just terrible. I mean, like, it's bad enough that some people are buying bottles of water, and the bottles that the water is coming in cannot be recycled because it's already been recycled and it's labeled as single-use plastic. So all that is going to the waste. The dumps. So getting something different like a Brita filter system on your tap, or a Brita filter container for your fridge. Anything to do to try to eliminate our carbon footprint would be amazing. And you can save money doing it just by not really buying this, using hardly any of this, and reusing these and your milk bags, your containers, reusing them, repurposing them. You're a winner. And I've saved quite a penny. And I've given a lot of my ice cream containers to neighbors who need them for dog food, cat food, you name it. Storage. Anything for storage. So the deja vu thing is that my grandparents were already trying to show me years ago, as a kid and a teenager and an adult, how to reduce, reuse, recycle without even saying it, just by showing it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. Comment, leave me comments, questions, concerns. Share this video with your friends and family, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Blessings. Bye.